Raise your hand if you want to be LCP
It's
at
live
some
streaming.
point in your active experience. You want to be LCP. You know you want it. Raise your hand. You know you want it. Don't lie. Don't lie. I know that you want to be LCP. It's good to be an LCP, right? It's not. You know it's not. Love you guys. No, it's incredible to be LCP. Who wants to be? Who wants to apply for the MC sometime on your active experience? Who wants to be part of the MC? Thank you. Who wants to apply, or maybe you have slightly thought about it? Who wants to be MCP? Biasing in the UK. At some point on your active experience.
Is it working?
I'll tell you something. Believe me.
We have.
Okay, and just to finish the questions, who wants to apply for AI? Who wants to be PAI someday? Yeah, I don't believe you guys. So what happened is that Ana Santarriaga, she's the current PAI. Every time that she was going to apply for a role, she always said that she was not going to do it, and she ended up applying, and now she's PAI. So it's fine. But I wanted to say is that these people that are applying to be your leaders, to be part of the leadership body next term, what they are feeling in this very moment is unique. Believe me, what they are feeling in this very moment is so intense that it's basically setting their soul on fire. And they're coming here and they're going to share everything that they have with you guys. And they're going to bring a new perspective and an invitation for the next term. So mean that and be respectful with whatever they're going to share with you. With that being said, please stand up. We're going to
I don't mind,
start.
we will need to pay once again.
Yeah.
But the thing, I will run out of it. I'm already 80%. Like today morning. It's recording.
Isaac in the UK! Please give it up for your MCP candidate for the term 16-17, Farhan! You good? Okay. This is a story about a young boy who was born into a poor farming family. His dad was paralyzed at the age of 10 for him, and he had to leave education, and he had to provide for his family for the next 15 years of his life. He was 25 when he got married, but unfortunately at the same time, he had this happy moment. His parents passed away, and he decided to move to the UK because he wanted to start something and he didn't want to give up. So he moved to the UK with his wife and soon-to-be kid, and he spent the first 5 years working as a bricklayer and a taxi driver. He just wanted to provide for his family. And success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm.
But it got better. You know, there was this opportunity to actually buy a failing restaurant, and you think, okay, that's pretty crazy. But that's what he did. And he made it work, even though this person's only been educated up until the age of 10. He bought 2 more. And now he's able to provide for his family. And this, for me, is what ambitious leadership with responsibility towards your people is. And this is the kind of leadership that I want to bring to ISEC UK, and it's the kind of leadership that I believe in, and it's the kind of leadership that I've experienced in my ISEC experience so far. But instead of going through this, I want to tell you what my biggest lesson is that I've learned in my ISEC experience. It's not that complicated, actually. It's just to have genuine care for the people around you and the experience that they're living, and making sure that they're developing in the process as well, that you give them the opportunity to grow. And that's how I define a great leader. Now, why am I telling you this? Why is this important? Because at the end of the day, if you're a great leader, your actions can inspire others to dream more, to learn more, to do more, and to become a leader, right? This is the way that I choose to lead. And this is the way I think it's important for you guys to know how I lead, because this is what would be in store for ISEC UK if I do get elected and have your trust. Now, let's go back to the story of ISEC UK 1617 and what that means. And I want to take you back to the story of the bricklayer. Okay? Now, if you give me a moment. So, I call this the Tower of Peace and Fulfillment. I hope you can all see. Now, this has been given to us by 62 generations of ISEC UK before us. It gives us stability, it gives us the knowledge, the know-how, the mindset to go on and to build more. Because at the end of the day, it's our responsibility to bring ISEC to more people, right? So what I want you guys to understand first is I'm going to take you through what is it bricks that we've been given by this generation, by MC Gyro, that we should take forward with us. And what are the bricks that I want to add to this, like the bricklayer would as well. First thing starts with cementing the new website. Now, that's something that, you know, this generation took a brave step on doing very early on in the year. I know we've had our mishaps with it, but it's revolutionary for our generation. And it's something that we should continue to work on and make sure that we have Join to Lead ready for this summer as well, integrated with Expa. Whilst also at the same time having all our bugs fixed through, lead nurturing hopefully being set up, so first semester we can hit hard when we come back. Also, you guys will learn during this conference, but some of you guys on the leadership teams already know that we've switched to a new customer flow and payment on match. Now that is something I've been dreaming about for ISEC UK since I joined. And we should really learn from all the experience that we're going to get this semester, because it is going to be challenging making it happen. It won't be easy, and we have a responsibility as this generation to make it happen. But it's important that we carry that on going forward as well. Also, team minimums I think is a beautiful thing in terms of like learning how to lead your teams. How I've been leading my teams for the past 2 years, and it's what's proven successful for me. But instead of just tracking it, I want to take it beyond that. So we can start looking at, okay, how can we implement different elements of the team minimums as well? So that all of you guys can understand, okay, this is tracking, how can we do tracking effectively? This is coaching, how can we do coaching effectively? So these are the bricks that I would cement on the wall of peace and fulfillment. And that's what I think will help us have stability for the upcoming year. Not dismantling what's already been happened, but learning from it and carrying it forward, because this generation's taken a lot of brave steps. What do I want to build? First things first, ambition. Ambition is very important, because ambition is what helps us believe and helps us generate impact. ISEC 2020 is this beautiful thing that came out this past summer, and we learned what this generation had dreams for us in 5 years' times of where we could be. And the first stage in that is us embracing this new ISEC experience. Because right now, we have GCDP, GIP, TMP, TLP. That's going to be changing in the next few weeks. And it's okay, because we can learn from the generation 11, 12 that went through the exact same thing we did when things changed. and we can make it happen for us as well. Imagine now that you just talked about SDGs, I hope for the first session from what I remember. But volunteering towards the SDGs might become a thing. And then how can we implement that in our marketing? How does that fit into what we're going to do for first semester next year? I think it's important to have this perspective and foresight of where we're going, and for you guys to know as well, and for that not to be kept from you, so you guys can be in the loop so we can make this change happen even faster. Also, sustainably expanding is another important thing, because this tonight actually we might be legislating something which will actually give funds for new SUs and for SUs to go beyond as well. And that's going to play a big part in us sustainably expanding going forward as well. Whilst at the same time now, imagine our website. Imagine having a section where, if you don't have a local committee near you, it tells you how you can start one up. So the people around us, like people in our nation, in our country, the people at our universities or higher education colleges know what they can do. Next would be the how. So we have our ambition, but now supporting all our entities, how they can grow. And the most important thing, I believe, and I've learned this as an LCP this year, is it's important to think long term. Important to think 3 years down the line, 5 years down the line. Thinking how is this generation going to fit into everything going forward. Also, the education for leadership teams as well. I think education is the most important thing in terms of our development, because the more we learn, the more we're able to do. They both have to go hand in hand together. Ambition needs to be balanced with how as well. So one thing that I have an idea for is, especially as a president, I wish I found out more when I started my term, so having an EYP boot camp before they start their term, so you can know how to run EBMs effectively, so you can know how to do those sort of things. And finally, the most important thing for me is taking care of our people. I don't think we have this conversation enough of university and ISEC life balance. Of course we're all here in this room because we want to make that impact and we want to invest our time into ISEC. But how can we do that more effectively in smarter ways? And that's a conversation we should have, because it's something that I hear in my LC all the time. And it's something that I hear from this plenary. And also, I want to have self-driven experiences for more people. Just having this concept in your head of how you can, progress going. I was having a talk with my member the other day, and he was like, okay, I don't know how to learn these things. And I'm like, here's the ISEC Hub. Here's the Education Resource Center. Go do it. You can go do it. That's something that I want to bring to the forefront. Also, I have this idea for lead modules, which we can go into another time. You can read my app on that. But that's more about the individual attributes of our leadership development model. But this is what I believe Generation 16, 17 needs. First, stability from what we want to keep, and then ambition, how, and care, which is going to help us increase our impact. And then one final message for you guys. Belief is the most fundamental important thing for this organization to grow. If you don't believe that we can create more impact, it's not going to happen. So embrace the challenges of this conference, because a lot of things are changing in ISEC UK, and you have both the leaders of this generation and the next generation. And I just want to leave you with my favorite quote, which I say to my team all the time, which is, never doubt that a small group of committed citizens can change the world, because indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. Thank you.
Is there any clarification question? Okay, thank you. Please give it up for your MCP candidate.